Alright guys, what is going on? Match reaction, Manchester City 2, Real Madrid 3. And listen, I think Real Madrid deserve to win that first leg. Obviously now they take the advantage to the Bernabeu next week. And I think Real Madrid were the better team tonight. And, I think Real Madrid, to be honest with themselves, probably should have scored a lot more goals than 3 tonight. They were the better team. They were better than Manchester City. Real Madrid had 20 shots. 20 shots. I think they had 8 on target. And yeah, they were the better team tonight, Real Madrid. And, Manchester City are still in this tie. They're not out of it. It's a 1-goal margin. Of course, Manchester City can turn it around. But with the way Man City have been playing this season, it looks unlikely. I think Manchester City needed to go into next week at least winning. And they're not winning. They're not even drawing. They're going into next week losing. And I don't know how Man City are going to turn this tie around, to be honest, because I think Real Madrid, you saw today the problems that they caused Man City. And it's going to happen again next week at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid are at home. Real Madrid managed to score 3 goals past Manchester City away from home. Think of what they could do at home with their fans behind them. And, the Bernabeu is always special on Champions League nights. But yeah, let's just touch on Man City first. Same old for Man City. Same old. Just not seeing games out. Being vulnerable at the back. And they were vulnerable today. Listen, any team in the world is going to have difficulties defending Vinicius, Mbappe, Bellingham and Rodrigo. I understand that. It's probably the most frightening attack in world football. And Man City just couldn't defend it tonight, to be honest. They really struggled. And I've not really heard many people talk about this, but I think the Kyle Walker leaving, is big. Because, Kyle Walker, you look at that back line for Man City, Kyle Walker was really the only one who had pace. Now he's gone to AC Milan. That Man City back four doesn't have much speed. And Real Madrid got at it. They got in behind a couple of times. And they caused Man City a handful of problems tonight. And it should have been more for free, like I said at the start. Real Madrid could have probably scored 5-6 goals tonight, to be honest. But, again, Man City losing concentration at the end. 2 goals in the space of 6 minutes to give Real Madrid the win. And it's not good enough. It's not good enough for Man City. It really isn't good enough. They weren't good enough tonight. They're on bad form again, Man City. Yes, they beat Leyton Orient in the FA Cup, but they went 1-0 down in that game and had to turn it around, which they managed to do. They got absolutely battered by Arsenal at the Emirates 5-1. Listen, I don't think Real Madrid are going to batter them next week. But I do think Real Madrid will win next week and then progress to into the knockouts of the Champions League. And if that happens, the only way Man City get back into the Champions League is by finishing top 4, which is going to be difficult with the way they're playing at the minute. Because it's not good enough. I don't know what's happened to Man City this season. I really don't. I'm sick of hearing, it's because of Rodri. Stop saying that. It's deeper than just not having one player. It's deeper than that. It has to be deeper than that. And it's a weird one. It's very, very strange. It really is. I don't know what's happened to City this season, but, the dip has happened. They haven't had a dip for like 6 or 7 years, but it has finally happened this year. And it's going to be interesting to see if they can turn it around next week. But personally, I just can't see it, to be honest. I mean, they're going to find it very difficult next week at the Bernabeu. And I think if Real Madrid do get the first goal next week, then it's game over, to be honest. I really do think that. But let's talk about the goals, because there was 5 of them. So Man City take a 1-0 lead in the 19th minute. A little bit against the run of play, in my opinion. I think both of City's goals tonight came against the run of play, and this one did by Haaland in the 19th minute. Real Madrid started very well. First 15 minutes, I think Real Madrid were the better team. But it was Man City took a 1-0 lead. Really good play by Gvardiol on the left-hand side. He clips it over to Haaland, who makes a decent run off Asensio. He knocks it back to Jack Grealish. And Gvardiol has carried on his run from left-back, from passes. Haaland's carried on his run. Haaland's ran basically in the same place as Gvardiol. Grealish chips it over the head of Asensio. Really good chest down by Gvardiol. Chest it down to Erling Haaland, who's not going to miss that. Basically a tap-in for Haaland. Puts Man City 1-0 up. I mean, there was a long check for offside, but it was clearly onside. I don't know what was taking so long. Maybe we had faulty offside system. I don't know why it was taking so long, because it was clearly onside. Was Erling Haaland, and City take a 1-0 lead, and then for the remaining of that half, City, in my opinion, controlled the game. Real Madrid were not really at it in the midfield, and I think the problem for that was Valverde was playing right back. I think if Valverde was playing centre mid in his normal position, then I think Real Madrid would have been a bit more snappy in that first half. But ever since Haaland got that goal, Real Madrid just seemed off, and City just controlled the first half, really. But going into the second half, 1-0 City at half-time. Kylian Mbappe, the main man for Real Madrid, another goal for Mbappe. I think that's Mbappe's second goal at the Etihad. Obviously scored one with Monaco. And now he gets one with Real Madrid. And it's a bit of a weird finish, to be honest. He shins it. He shins it, Mbappe, but it's a free kick to Real Madrid. Valverde takes it, goes under the wall. It's blocked by Bernardo Silva, who's lying down. Comes back out to a Madrid player. They clip it in. I'm not sure who clips it in. Might be Ceballos. He clips it into Kylian Mbappe. Keeps himself onside, and he hits it with a scissor-type volley, but it just comes off his shin. The ball just spins over Ederson into the far right corner. Just like that, it's 1-1. And Real Madrid deserved that goal. Real Madrid were brilliant in the second half, in my opinion. Especially that opening 20 minutes. They were all over Man City, and they deserved that goal, Real Madrid, and they got it through Kylian Mbappe. And then Man City take a 2-1 lead. Erling Haaland from the penalty spot. Now, I do think it is a penalty. However, I would say that the contact Foden gets from Ceballos is outside the box. His right foot is outside the box, which is where it gets contact from. But I think the continuation, whatever you want to call it, goes into the box, hence why the referee gives the penalty. Stonewall penalty. I mean, it is a penalty. Erling Haaland steps up, sticks it bottom left-hand corner. Courtois dives the wrong way. And Man City, again, like I said for the first goal, is against the run of play. City did not deserve to take a 2-1 lead, but they did. And then it's like, can City see it out? They've struggled all season. What a big result this could be for them. But no, the answer is no. They can't hold out. Brahim Diaz came onto the pitch as a substitution and instantly scores in the 86th minute, 6 minutes after Haaland putting City 2-1 up. Poor kick out by Ederson. Terrible kick out by Ederson. Just kicks it straight to Bellingham. Real Madrid work it on the right-hand side. Brahim Diaz feeds it through to Vinny. Vinny takes the shot and he just rebounds off Ederson's chest. I mean, I don't know what Ederson is doing for this goal. He had a stinker, Ederson. You know, Ederson was probably Man City's best player up until the final 5 minutes of the game, where he cost his team, in my opinion. Just rebounds off Ederson. You know, he's not even trying to catch it. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, yes, it's hit with some force by Vinicius, but come on, Ederson. You've got to be at least like trying to catch it or parry it somewhere. But he's rebounds straight into the path of Brahim Diaz. Volleys it into the ground, into the far left corner. And just like that, it's 2-2. And then the main man, Jude Bellingham, in the 92nd minute, wins it for Real Madrid. It's just a long ball up by Asensio, long ball up. Rico Lewis, you know, I think Rico Lewis had a very difficult time, to be honest. He came on as a second half substitution, Rico Lewis, for Akanji. And I think he found it very, very difficult indeed. Vinicius gets to the ball ahead of Rico Lewis. I mean, I don't know what Ederson's doing again. Ederson's just coming out. I don't know what he's doing. And then Vinicius has the awareness to see Bellingham unmarked. Bellingham runs onto it, sticks it into an empty net, and Real Madrid win the game 3-2. It was basically the last kick of the game. But what a win for Real Madrid, a comeback victory, you know. They came back, Real Madrid, twice, you know. 1-0 down, 2-1 down, managed to come back and win the game. And, you know, that is what Real Madrid do, you know, in the Champions League. You don't mess with Real Madrid in the Champions League because, yeah, they've won it so many times. You don't mess with them. But they deserved that win, Real Madrid. Man City, again, I thought I thought they were better. But just nowhere near good enough again. Nowhere near good enough. And they got punished by Madrid. They really did. But yeah, I cannot wait for the second leg. I think is next Wednesday, obviously. We're doing a watch-along for it, doing another match reaction for it as well. Cannot wait, because that was, again, another thriller between Man City and Real Madrid. So yeah, buzzing for the second leg next week. But I do think Real Madrid are now favourites. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the match. Also, let me know, do you think Real Madrid will go through in this playoff phase, or whatever you want to call it? I don't know what to call it. But yeah, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.